What's going on YouTube? This is Chris the Mentalist CD Dreyer 55597 here with a regional recap. Got 45th place out of 492 people with the psychic deck. I just showed you guys. And these are the plays that won and or lost those rounds and or matches. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. This is going to be a long video. If you want to skip the video, just go ahead and look at the description because it's going to be in there as well. So, round one, played against Lightsworn rulers. He did, regular Lightsworn plays, but he was banishing dragons to special summon dragon rulers. He was banishing and then searching, thinning out the deck, hopefully banishing more Lightsworns. But eventually I got a Crimson Blader play through. Crimson Blader and Armades keeper boundary so that he couldn't honest me, and then he couldn't really do very much outside of his little Raikus and stuff, and that's what Armades would hit. So that's how game one went. Game two, I had Armades with two witches on board and the materials that I used to make Armades. So I had those two and two traps and a spell because Card Trooper didn't mill anything for me that turn. I was actually really upset about that. So I had two traps and a spell and this and a grave. So he hits Armades, he hits a witch. Witch goes through the deck to get me a psychic jumper. He hit those with a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and a Tempest. So now I'm thinking how I can go through this play. And on my turn, I special summon Jumper. Then I go and I normal summon my Silent Psychic Wizard. I'm just trying to get it so I can actually show you guys what happened. So I normal summon and banish Esper. Can you guys see that? Certainly hope so. So, this is what the board looks like for me. I give him my Serene Psychic Witch to take his Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Then, I synchro into 6, into Barkion. At this point, I have 4 Earths and Grave, and Esper and Barkion on board. Oh, and I have grandsoil in hand, that's why I'm counting my Earths, just so you guys know. Then, I synchro into 8. With this same setup. So now I've got Crimson Blader and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon on board with 6 Earths and Grave. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon at this point brings back Barkion from the grave because it's an Earth Dragon. At this point I have 5 Earths and Grave. I proceed to special summon my grandsoil. Grandsoil then targets his necro gardna in his graveyard and special summon it to my side of the field so that he can't negate any attacks, and then I swing for game. So that's how that's how round one ended. Round two, I played against Girgia Karakurtis, and the main way I beat this guy was with a combo of Barkion and Armades keeper boundaries. So Armades was stopping all his Girgia armor plays, and Barkion was stopping his traps in the back, like Mirror Force, because then I normal summon Card Trooper and any of those cards. If I would attack while I had Armades on board and he Mirror Force, would have still killed Armades, and I couldn't afford for that to die. So that's how I won game one. Game two, I made the exact same setup. He Dark Hold. And that set up something like 4 Earths and Grave or something like that. So I used Redox to bring back Barkion, pitch Redox in the Earth. Then I special summoned Grandsoil, which then special summoned this back to the board. So I had the exact same setup I had, except I had Grandsoil this time. And proceeded to win that round because of that. So I'm 2-0 right now, and then round 3, I have to play Water Twin in his Mermail deck. He absolutely destroys me, and there's no beating around that bush. He beat me turn 4 of the first game. I kind of tried to fight back. I went to armades to stop his abyssland, and he just waited until main phase 2, activated Abyss Sphere anyways, and got his abyssland, and then went and got Abyss Pike and pitched out infantry to destroy my armades, search for a gun, and then on his turn he just went nuts and killed me. Game 2, I drew a hand all of monsters, which is going to happen in this deck, so I'm not upset about that. Drew a hand all monsters, and I normal summoned Card Trooper. Milled 2 Mystical Space Typhoons and a Morphing Jar number 2. In hopes that if he would attack Morphing Jar, which the reason I put it in is I was hoping he would possibly attack it, and then all of his actual plays would like go back in the deck and reset and stuff like that. But it didn't work out like that. He made a Bispike play, a Megalo play. When he made the Megalo play, I tried to Fiendish Chain, but when he made the Megalo play, he pitched out Gun. Gun brought back Abyss Pike, which pitched out infantry, which destroyed Fiendish Chain, which still let Megalo go through and get his Abyss Sphere, and then he tributed to attack twice, and then he special summoned Tidal and killed me. Turn 2. So that was round 3. Lost to Ward Swing. Good job, man. Round 4, I played against Prophecy, and we all know exactly how to beat Prophecy, which is special summon this guy. And there weren't any real extremely excessive plays that were made. Game 1, I beat him with that and Fiendish Chain because he tried the World of Prophecy, and that was it. Game 2, Morphing Jar hit Vanity's Emptiness off the top of his deck, so I was pretty happy about that. But unfortunately, he still got the win because he was able to Regeki break my Naturia Beast that I made. Then game 3, I made Naturia Beast with Fiendish Chain and Compulse. He tried to make a world play. Fiendish Chained it. Then later on down the road, he torrentialed my beast. At that point, I compulsed his world to his hand, and basically I ended up ending the duel with a Ally of Justice Catastrophe with a debunk set. He had World of Prophecy, High Priestess, and 2 spellbooks in his hand. His next card was gonna be a spellbook, and he thought he was gonna be able to special summon it, but I had debunk, so I still would have won that game no matter what. Round 5, I played against Madolches. Game 1, he killed me with double X-Saber Invoker, and then he double X-Saber Invoker me and Queen Tiramisu and Messenger Gelato all in the same turn. Game 2, I went Naturia Beast. First turn, by the way, I went Naturia Beast with a Royal Decree set. Once he drew, I activated Royal Decree. There wasn't nothing he could do. And I had Book of Moon just in case, because he was playing Spell Striker. So he could activate a spell with negate, then banish his special summon Spell Striker, normal summon, Hoot Cake, banish something, and try to go off. I wasn't having none of that. So, yeah. Book of Moon was back there as well to stop that. And in game 3, it was a little bit more of the same, except I didn't have Naturia Beast. I had Scrap Dragon putting in work. I didn't have a Royal Decree, but I had Book of Moon, Compulse, and Fiendish Chains at different points in the game, and got me through the duel. That was round 5. Round 6, I played against Dragon Rulers. We got deck checked. They said there was something wrong with my Serene Psychic, which there wasn't. But anyways, I put in a common one, and she wreck shot the rest of the day. But first turn, I milled 3 Earths with Card Trooper, set compose and end it turn. He summons, so this is what my board looks like. He summons a Redox and banishes the Tempest and Blaster from his hand. He banishes Blaster and Tempest from his hand. He goes and gets Flameveld Guard, and he goes and gets Tempest from his hand, from his deck to his hand. He normal summons Flameveld Guard, and I activate Compulse on his Redox. So now he's just got a little Flameveld Guard on board. He sets 1 end turns. My turn, I draw, activate MST on his Vanity's Emptiness. Then I special summon Card Trooper by banishing that MST that I just activated. And then after I do that, so I've got Card Trooper on board. After I do that, I normal summon Injection Fairy Lily. And I use Injection Fairy Lily to swing into his Flameveld Guard and booster. Then I hit for 19 and 600 more. Set a Book of Moon and a Phoenix Chain, and then I exceed these two into wind up Zenmaines. So I can Book of Moon if he big eyes. He has to swing over this, or he has to get destroyed by this. So pretty much I win that game off of that play. Next game, next game, he just, Dragon Roller kills me. He activates Return. No, I'm sorry. Well, he did activate Return, but not quite then. There was a point when I could have won. He hits my Witch. Oh, he has Scrap Dragon and Stardust Dragon on board. I have Book of Moon and Compose face down, which I had a lot actually. Now that I'm telling a recap, I think about it, and I had this setup a lot. But anyways, he Scrap Dragons his Ravine to try to hit my book. I activate book on Scrap Dragon, and then he chains MST on my Compose, which I compose his Stardust. So then he special summons Tempest and attacks my Serene Psychic Witch, which is face down. And I go and banish Jumper. In my hand, I have Spell Striker and Marauding Captain, so I know I do have a level 8 play, but I'm hoping to draw into a Psychic so that I can, do some real damage. However, I don't. So I normal summon Marauding Captain, special summon Spell Striker, and synchro into a Crimson Blader with only 4 Earths engraved at this point. I wish I had 5 because I did have the grandsoil in the hand, but I didn't. So I just make this play, and I go to attack. He activates Skill Drain. I attack his Scrap Dragon, of course. He activates Skill Drain, and then we stall. Well, we stall each other. I stall under Redox. He stalls under Blaster, and then he makes a Star Eater. When he makes Star Eater, he hits my Redox, and then his Blaster hits my face down Serene Psychic Witch. I go and get a Psychic Jumper. I Regeki Break his Skill Drain, take his Star Eater, and attack. Then he big eyes, and then he returns, and then he kills me. So game 3. This is where I got my feelings hurt, because game 3 I opened up. I made first turn Beast with double Regeki Break face down with Effect Veiler and Redox in hand. So that's not really a bad play. That's not really a bad hand at all. And I'm thinking, worst comes to worst, very first problem I get, I'm gonna pitch out Redox to destroy with Regeki Break. And the second one, if I have to, I'll pitch out Effect Veil. He summons Card Trooper, mills 3, sets 3 traps, and ends his turn. I'm like, okay, cool. I draw into my second Redox. I only played 2. I draw into my second one. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, this is perfect. I can either make a Crimson Blader play, but he has 3 cards face down. I don't want to summon to a Torrential. I don't want to summon into a Scale Drain. So I'm thinking, hey, very worst case scenario, he has a Regeki Break. He has Regeki Break. I've got 2 Redoxes to bring back Beast. I attack, he activates Regeki Break. So I'm like, okay, cool. At this point, I activate Redox's effect to main phase 2 to bring back Naturia Beast. I have 6 cards in grave because I used Emergency Teleport and then the 2 Synchro Materials Beast and then the 2 Redox. He activates Fiend's Comedian, which he flips a coin. If he calls it right, he banishes every card in my graveyard. If he calls it wrong, he mills from the top of his deck to his graveyard the number of cards that are in my graveyard. He calls it right, so that banishes all the cards in my graveyard. It banishes my Redox play and leaves me with Regeki Break and Effect Veiler. So, needless to say, he wins that game. Round 7, I'm playing against a Mecha Phantom Beast deck. And I know you guys don't know, but I've actually been fooling around with Mecha Phantom Beast, so I know their plays, or at least their conventional plays. He's playing a deck that's maining 3 Swift Scarecrow, 3 Maxi, and 3 Redox with 3 Tempest, and then the what's-his-faces. So after I finally get through all his scapegoats, after I finally get through his Mecha Phantom Beast, he keeps making rank 7s with these dragons. And I grind it out with a Scrap Dragon, and the game-winning play, I have 2 cards in hand. I draw into grandsoil. I have Effect Veiler and... I have Scrap Dragon on board. I have Effect Veiler in hand. And... not Effect Veiler, excuse me. Injection Fairy Lily in hand. And Emergency Teleport. So that's what my board looks... that's what my hand looks like. And I draw into grandsoil. At this point, I have like 20 Earths engraved, so there's absolutely nothing I can do with all my tuners engraved. Every single tuner. Activate Emergency Teleport, and I go and get my Hush Psychic Cleric, discard Grandsoil for Cleric, banish Esper Girl, tribute or destroy with Scrap Dragon, special summon my Esper Girl to the board, normal summon Injection Fairy Lily, and synchro into Armades. Because I know he has 1 card in hand, no cards on board after I destroyed his monster with Scrap Dragon, and he's just too calm. So I made Armades and attacked directly so that he couldn't Swift Scarecrow me. Game 2, Black Falcon was just wrecking me for some reason. I couldn't get any advantage, and then he had Cyber Phoenix, which really made me upset that I lost to him that round. Because Cyber Phoenix is good, but come on. And then he united We Stand, and it was a little upsetting. Anyways, round 3, I made Cheer Barkion first turn, set Regeki Break, and I had something else face down. He normal summons Mega Raptor, sets 3 cards in his phase and ends turn. I attack his Mega Raptor. He activates Scapegoats. I attempt to negate with Naturia Beast, and he breakthrough skills me. Then, on his turn, he turns one of the Scapegoats to attack position, activates United We Stand. I attempt to negate with Naturia Beast, and he banishes breakthrough skill to negate. Then, he activates United We Stand on Scapegoats. He has 5 monsters on board. So he and we're in time, by the way. He's like 3rd turn in time. He turns his Scapegoats to attack at 4,000 attack and tries to hit the Cherry Beast. I Regeki Break his United We Stand, and he takes 22 from that. Then on my next turn, I special summon. This is my last turn. I have Grandsoil in hand, and I have 7 Earths engraved, one of them being Redox. And if I banish Redox, or if I banish 2 Earths and special summon Redox from grave, I only have 4. And I needed to draw an Earth. And I drew Maxi, and I had to decide if I wanted to try to game him or try to be protective. But I banished Maxi, and I banished 1 Earth, special summon Grandsoil, or special summon Redox in attack position, Grandsoil, or defense, excuse me. Grandsoil brought out Card Trooper milled 3 more. Hit both his tokens, hit him, hit both his tokens that he had left. Hit his Mega Raptor and took him down to 49 life points, and he couldn't get over me in last turn. So that's how I won round 7. Round 8, I played against Watts, and he tried to hit me with a Watt Cobra, and I fiendish chain. Then after that, I rode fiendish chain and a armades to victory. He tried to make a Thunder King play, and I book a moon. Before I made armades, I attacked twice into Magic Thunder, so I went straight for armades game 2. I went into armades, game 2, he set a card, I made armades, and attacked his Dragonfly. He was like, he tried to get his effect, I explained to him that he couldn't, he got really, really mad. He was a real asshole, and I don't curse on this channel, but he was a real asshole. So he got upset. I was like, you know what, fine. Now I'm going to go off. So I make him, he can't do anything, so he has Messenger of Peace on me, and I make a Scrap Dragon. Scrap Dragon, he gets rid of my armades somehow. Scrap Dragon blows up something. Then I normal summon Crane, get Levier on board with 2 materials, banish to get back some earth that I had, and then swing, and he Wapakus. Then I normal summon Silent Psychic Wizard, normal summon Wizard, banish a Esper Girl, then use Levier's effect to special summon that Esper Girl back to the board, synchro for Barkion, and then drop grandsoil, and then bring back armades. So this is my board. The head judge is walking by when I win. So we go and we do the end procedures, and the guy's just throwing his stuff in his bag, just mad, quite obviously. And the judge is like, you know, he's upset because he's disrespecting the head judge. So the head judge turns to the guy and he's like, "You mad, bro?" I was so happy, like, because I was miserable that whole round because he was being a dick. So when the head judge came and was a dick back to him, and I didn't even have to do anything, I was pretty happy about that. So at that point, I got my invite, round 9. Me and the guy decided to draw before the game started. He was playing Mermails, which I didn't know, but we decided to draw. We go through the first game because we're just playing to just play. And he sees that he has a good matchup against me. So then he starts complaining about the draw that we decided to make. He was like, "I don't think 19 points is enough." And I'm trying to convince him that 18 points is enough because that's what I taught with last time. So he's in there complaining, and then he's like, I don't want to draw. So whatever. He beats me, and he makes all these comments after we decide not to, after we don't side for game 2. So I'm sitting here and I just go through some BS plays. I make a Scrap Dragon and then just get rid of his Abyss Gaios, and then he summons Title and beats me. So that's how that day ended. I got 6-3, and got my invite, so I was happy about that. I wasn't happy about my last 2 rounds. But outside of that, I had a very successful day. It was extremely fun, and I'll see you guys for the rest of the format. I think I'm going to be playing Jirax. So, yeah, that's how that's going to go. Either Jirax or Mecha Phantom Beast, but I'm leaning towards Jirax. So, anyways, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and I know that this was a very lengthy video, but I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Alright, peace.